Hi, I wanted to show everyone this demo we built because I think it does a great job of showing how DreamFactory APIs plus our MCP server are used effectively with agents and with chatbots or any AI system to help provide fine-grained access control or RBAC to systems. And so the innovation here is not this UI. This is kind of boring. This is a simple client we built to talk to the MCP server we built. And I think it does a great job of sort of communicating that value. So we have a bunch of different models. I'm going to stick with Claude. And we created 4 roles here, actually really 3 roles, and then it's sort of a combined role. So we created a role in DreamFactory that connects to some HR tables, same with finance, same with ops. And then the CEO role connects to all 3 sets of tables. And this is to simulate, imagine like an ERP, hundreds of tables, and that ERP backend is only ever authenticated at an application layer. And here you want to apply agents to it without kind of ripping the whole thing out, right? And so here's a really effective way of doing it. So we're going to start with the HR role, and we're going to ask it, how many employees did we have in March? There's a little typo, but it's gonna come back and tell us because it has access to that data, and we'll actually see the tool calls and how it came up with that answer. So it's 16 new employees. That's not really what I asked, but that's fine. We could ask it again, and it would probably tell us like 160. And we can see here it called first the schema endpoint to understand this, the schema for HR employees table, and then it called that table records, and here's the actual query, and it even gives us the token usage. So then I'm going to ask it, how much revenue did we make in March? And it's going to come back and say, I don't have access to that data. And unlike some models that people are experimenting with today, if you were an enterprise that took a ton of data, maybe like a ton of back-end proprietary data, and you fine-tuned that model, or maybe you use a RAG approach to train that model, you can't go back afterwards and apply RBAC over top of that. It's just not. These are non-deterministic systems. That's not how it works. You actually need to kind of apply that RBAC up front. And so we've taken the opposite approach as trying to apply RBAC after the fact. We're only giving access to data that we want explicitly these models to have. And so each agent, each chatbot is mapped to a specific role, and that's the only data it has. And so from a data governance perspective, it's a lot easier. So I'm going to just go ahead and change this role to finance and ask it again. Try again, and it's gonna go ahead and hit the schema endpoint. It's going to see the tables, and then it's going to fetch that information and give us a summary of the finances. And it gets really interesting. You can, the CE role is a combination of all the different tables, and so you can have it give a summary or a report or a board update, all sorts of different things. But I hope this helps kind of give an explanation of the pattern we're imagining and how we're kind of thinking about the application of a data governance, or what you might consider sort of a data AI gateway to agents and to chatbots. And we think this is a really useful and effective way moving forward to ensure data governance and data security.